Good morning, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to the 160th meeting of Gabby's Toastmasters Club. I am Karthik Venugopal, your sergeant at arms for today. I'm sure you are as excited I am. Let me highlight a very few and very important key points for our meeting. This meeting will be blocked for 2 hours and you are expected to stay for 2 hours. Your video will be on and audio should be off. Audio should be only on when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even the Toastmasters International does not put any restrictions on speaking on these topics. At the Gabby's Toastmasters Club, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Also urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and in spirit. Hence, ensure there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertones which create hostility and discomfort for members or guests. This meeting is being recorded and would be streamed on social media channels. If you don't have your consent for the same, you are kindly mention it to the Zoom master to pause the recording during your speech. We won't be able to edit the video once it is published on social media platforms. So we will start the meeting in a different way today. So I would want everybody to come on camera. See, camera is a very tiny creature and it has a vision larger than life to show you all. So I request everyone to come on camera. Okay, we will sing a song and start this meeting. I want everybody to sing a song, ABCD song. So I'll say A, you have to say A for apple. Okay, ready? Unmute all, everybody. A for? I'm not
apple.
Okay. B for?
Banana.
Oh, great. It's a nice creativity. C for?
Cricket.
D for?
Chitrakshi.
D
Doll.
for?
Dog.
Okay, dog. Kutta. E for?
Elephant.
F for?
Fish.
Fun.
Fish. Someone said fish. It is not acceptable. I'll tell you why. See, we should respect the privacy of fish because fishes have a complaint that whenever on land we say F for fish, they are getting disturbed. See, basically, practically, if you see, fishes are moving like this. Okay. So whenever we say F for fish, so they look back like this. Hey, who called me? Who called me? Who called me? So this is where we are disturbing the fishes and we will not say F for fish. Then what do we say F for?
Football.
Yes. F for football. So let's say F for
Football.
Come on, guys. I don't see any energy.
Football.
Football.
F for
Football.
No, I still don't see that energy. F for
Football.
Football.
Okay, with this, let's call upon our presiding officer who is ready to preside the meeting. And he is the VPPR of both Gabby's Toastmasters Club and Gabby's Online Toastmasters Club. He is distinguished Toastmaster who has achieved 2 awards, double DTM, triple crowns, 3 triple crowns, and completed 9 paths. Not 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's 9 paths. So let us put hands together to call upon our presiding officer, distinguished Toastmaster Saurav Datta. Over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Can I get a good morning back?
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good morning,
sir.
Saurabh.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests with a little bit more energy. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
They say
Good morning.
now it's our turn to come on, wake up and attend the meeting with full fervor because you cannot play a football match if you're half sleepy, right? So that's something that we need to work on very quickly, and we are going to get up and get going. And with this, I call this meeting to order. Football. So when I think about football, my memory goes back to actually my dad. We used to live in a place which was around, so we had 2 houses at that point of time. In one house that was getting built and one house where we used to stay. And it was like 10 kilometers, roughly around 10 plus kilometers away from each other. So those were the days like, where we did not have, we still don't have any private transport for us. We don't have a car in Calcutta. And that is the time when the World Cup was happening. And we would start from this house and walk for a long distance, catch a public transport at 4 a.m. in the morning, to watch a match, or after watching a match to come back home and sleep, because the house where we had a TV, we did not have any other options to sleep there. And this was almost a month-long routine. And during the day, I would study, my dad would go to work, and everything would happen, but we would never skip out on those rituals. So passionate I was about the football, and I was so in Calcutta. If you see, we had supporters of Argentina and we had supporters of Brazil, and we were like really passionate about Argentina and Brazil. So it was as if we actually live in Argentina and we actually live in Brazil. People would fight with each other, argue with each other, and whatnot about who will win, Argentina or Brazil. And not only that, we would also divide by the lines of whether you're a Pele fan or a Maradona fan. And I was a big time Maradona fan. And I loved his dribbling. And that's so in terms of me actually playing, I was a right defender. But I loved his dribbling and the way, and because, Latin American football players, they have a very good in dribbling and ball play. So when Maradona was given the red card in the finals against Germany, I was like crying all over the place, and I was so sad. I was like, I every day wish to God, prayed to God that, God cancels this match and there's a replay of this happening and they come back again. So that is the kind of attachment that some of us have with football. So football is just not a game. Like Indians are very passionate about certain things. So that part of the country, like most of you here, are passionate about cricket. In that part of the country, in certain parts of the country, we are extremely passionate about football, Calcutta being one such place. So no wonder our Toastmaster of the day has chosen this topic, and I'll tell you why he chose this topic probably in a short while. But before that, let me quickly check if we have guests. We do have a couple of guests. We have Kumar Tarachand. He is Kumar. Would you want to introduce yourself, please? Toastmaster Kumar, would you want to introduce yourself quickly? 30 seconds. Okay, Vivek.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes, Toastmaster
Hello?
Kumar. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm from District 102, Malaysia.
Okay. Nice to have you.
Toastmasters Club of Kulwang.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kumar, for joining us all the way from Malaysia. Thank you. And we don't have any other guests. The rest of us all are members here of the Gabby's Toastmasters Club. So I'll get started with the meeting. Just very briefly, how this entire thing started, we all know, but just a quick reminder of the Toastmaster movement, where it all started. It is a safe and supportive place for us to learn. Public speaking started in 1924 by the legendary Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. One of the reasons that we as an organization have been able to survive, just as the game of football, we are also very old. As old as the game of football, probably, pretty old as compared to football is probably older, but that's okay. We have been able to survive as an organization because we follow the same discipline that is followed in the field of football, right? In Toastmasters, the same structure, the same way of conducting meetings, meeting after meeting in 16,000 clubs across the world. So that is how we conduct the meetings. So with this, let me now hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day. And the Toastmaster of the day is someone who is a Gujarati, is a chartered accountant, who is the treasurer-elect of the Gabby's Toastmasters Club for the term January to June 2024. And now, why did he choose football? Now, Gujaratis and football don't have much in common, right? So you don't see football being a very passionate sport in Gujarat. So for people who are not from India, so Gujarat is a state, and Calcutta is a place, and Devashish is a Gujarati who has spent his childhood, born and brought up probably in Calcutta, and that's how his passion for football, and that explains football as a theme. So please welcome very gentle yet firm and confident Toastmaster of the day, very symbolic of a good football player, Toastmaster Devashish Parmar, our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer and distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta. Well, some of the things why I have chose football as a theme has been explained by distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh. But yeah, I like football, but why? Because I wanted to share my excitement about the football. And So let's delve into the exhilarating world of football. Football is, just imagine that you are in the stadium, whatever stadium you like. I personally like the Anfield Stadium in Liverpool. Imagine you are there, the roar of the crowds, the excitement of the last minute goal, if you get to witness, the skillful maneuver of the players showing their skills. The football isn't just a game because it is played by around 220 nations around the world. And it's a culmination of diverse culture who are watching the football game, and it's a passion that everybody shares. So you must be wondering that does India have any prominent history in football? Yes, it has, and it goes back to the mid of 19th century when the football was introduced to India by the British soldiers. But it was the famous Nagendra Prasad Sabda Adhikari from West Bengal who spreaded the football, and he's considered as the father of the Indian football. During that time, I mean, the legacy that we carry in terms of the football, like we have the third oldest football competition in the world, which is known as Durand Cup, which is just before FA Cup and the Scottish Cup. So during the same period, the so-called the British capital Calcutta at that time, there were many clubs were established, and the oldest club was called as the current oldest club, which is still there, is the Mohun Bagan Sporting Club. And during that time, there were many other clubs which was established in Calcutta, be it Soa Bachar, be it many other clubs were there. So it was kind of the era where the football was growing, and particularly the period of 1951 and 1960, it was considered as a golden period for the football. Now I will delve more into the football and give you more insight into it, but in constraint of time, let me come back to our concept of the meeting. So the Toastmaster meeting is divided into the three parts. The first part is the prepared speech, where the speaker will give their speech. And second part is table topic session. And the third part is the evaluation. So without wasting time, I would like to introduce our general evaluator for the day, who is like a coach of our team. She is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. She is working as a senior data analyst, and she is a certified image consultant and personal branding coach. She is a vice president education of Gabby's Toastmaster Club. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Devashish. My dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very, very, very good morning. Today, I'm your general evaluator of the meeting. What does a general evaluator do? A general evaluator is the one who makes note of the entire meeting from one end to the other end. I will be keenly observant of all the do's and don'ts of the meeting, the things which went fine and the things which we can improve in the upcoming meetings. Now, this meeting is about football, and I'm still wondering, our team talked about football, our SA talked about football, and our presiding officer talked about football. It's a lot of learning for me, because for me, Messi is just my hair or my looks. That's all. Having said that, moving on with the general evaluation part, this meeting is a bit more special because our team mod is attempting a project manage online meetings, and he will be evaluated for this project as well. His evaluator is a double pathbreaker in 8 months of her Toastmasters journey and a secretary of the Gabby's Toastmasters Club. He will be evaluated by Toastmaster Chitrakshi Vij. I'll be introducing her again towards the end of the meeting when I'll be calling upon other evaluators. Right now, I want to call upon my team of Taggle role takers who will be assisting me in observing the entire meeting end to end. Moving on with that, our timer. Our first role taker in GE's team is Timer. And Timer is just as the goalkeeper, someone who is network engineer by profession, Toastmaster by passion, who loves to travel new places and connect with new people. He is going to be VP Education of Toastmasters International, the Gabby's International Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Raja Balaji. With this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Raja to share the timing rules and protocols.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator of the Day. Very good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I am Toastmaster Raja Balaji, a timer for this meeting. The purpose of the timer is to note timing of prepared speech, table topics, and evaluation. And also, I will alert each speaker by showing green card, yellow card, and red card. For prepared speech, given limit is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show green card. At 6th minute, I will show yellow card, and at 7th minute, I will show red card. For table topics, your given time is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will show yellow card, and 2 minutes, I will show red card. For evaluation, given time limit is 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show green card. At 2.5 minutes, I will show yellow card, and 3rd minute, I will show red card. And speakers, you have 30 seconds grace period, grace time. You can use that wisely. At the end of the meeting, when called upon by General Evaluator, I will present my report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raja, a timer for the day. Toastmaster Raja, your cards are cut in between. It looks like it's more of a portrait mode because you're joining from phone, if I may suspect. Please try and connect from a laptop so that we can see the entire timing card if possible. Otherwise, our speakers will manage like this. Moving on with
Sure.
Yes, this is much better. This is much better. Thank you. Moving on with our next role taker in GE's team, that is more like a defensive midfielder. I really don't know what I'm saying. These terms have been told to me by our Toastmaster of the Day. This defensive midfielder is someone who's going to play the role of our counter. Our counter for today is an HR by profession and also Reiki practitioner and certified in NLP, that is Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Her hobbies are singing, dancing, and painting. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Shilpi Tiwari. Toastmaster Shilpi, over to you.
Thank you, Ma'am General Evaluator. Good morning, all my fellow Toastmaster guests. I am our counter today. So the purpose of my role is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. So during the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so. And I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of the times that each speaker used these expressions. Back to you, General Evaluator, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpi. Be very, very watchful of your ahs and ums. Our counter is on the job already. Moving on with our next role taker in Taggle team, that's Grammarian, who will be more like a playmaker of the field? Our grammarian for today is a non-fiction book enthusiast, a dedicated practitioner of David Allen's Getting Things Done method, and a prominent ExCom member at Toastmasters Indranagar Pride. He's also a member of the Gabby's Toastmasters Club. With this, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Puneet. Toastmaster Puneet, please explain your role and the protocols of the
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. Today, I'm playing the role of grammarian. Using good grammar helps people to understand what you say. For non-native speaker, it's a good to validate the language. It is a guide to validate the language we use. In my grammarian role today, I scrutinize incorrect usage of grammar and great usage of English. I will present my report during an evaluation session. I also introduce word of the day. Today's word of the day is pitch perfect. It's an adjective. The meaning is exactly right for a particular situation. Example usage: his victory speech was pitch perfect for the moment. Another usage: the president's body language is pitch perfect. I encourage everyone to use word of the day, and I request all audience to give a thumbs up whoever uses word of the day. And thank you. And I will come back with my report during the evaluation session. And over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Puneet. That was a pitch perfect introduction to grammarian's role. As we all are already actively listening from General Evaluators team, how can we let you all go? We want the audience to listen as well. So my team doesn't end here. My team intro doesn't end here. I have one more role taker in my team that's called the listener. Listener is more like a winger in a football field. Our listener for today is the VPPR of both the Gabby's and Gabby's Toastmasters Club. That's what has been introduced previously as presiding officer. He is already the president-elect of the Gabby's Online Toastmasters Club and someone who is the pioneer of all the three, the Gabby's Toastmasters Clubs that we have. With this, please put your hands together for our listener, distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta.
Thank you so much. As the listener for today's meeting, I would be watching out for your listening skills. As we all know that for becoming a good communicator, you need to be a good active listener, a good listener as well. So I will be testing your listening skills towards the end of the meeting. I will ask a few questions when invited by the general evaluator to do so. Thank you. Back to you, G.
Thank you so much, DTM Saurabh. With this introduction to General Evaluator as well as the General Evaluator's team is over, we all would be aiming for a pitch perfect meeting today. Let's aim for this together. For this, I hand it over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Devashish. You're speaking on mute.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, for introducing your role and the Tiger team's role. Now let's move to our first section, that is prepared speech section. And for that, let's bring our first striker of the day, Toastmaster Upashna Ghosh. She's a chirpy, happy-go-lucky bookworm who loves to eat, cook, travel, and listen to music and read about Indian mythology. She has been fortunate enough to visit 13 different countries and love exploring new cultures. Currently, she is working as senior technical writer for an MNC. She is attempting level 2 of project 1 of team collaboration. The project name is Understanding Your Leadership Style. The purpose of the project, just one second, the purpose, I'll read it out. Second, apologies for the delay. The purpose of her project is to identify his or her primary leadership styles, and the other purpose is for member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style and discuss the leadership style in general. I would like to ensure that the evaluator of the first speaker is there, Sanjay Chen. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Upashna Ghosh, maybe Toastmaster Upashna Ghosh. Over to you.
During my childhood years, I was a very naughty and mischievous and very talkative kid. It was a challenge for my teachers to handle me. However, within that spirit, I had a desire to take up a role as class monitor. And this opportunity came to me thrice in my school career. Because alphabetically, I would always come at the last. So by the time I got the chance, the term would get over. So I got this 3 times opportunity, class 5th, 6th, and 7th. When I was in my 7th standard, my teacher told me that next week you are the monitor. Honestly, I would dream every day. Daydream, night dream, every time. I would do this, I would do that. I would write name on the blackboard. I would say this. And I had that sense of authority and I would enjoy the responsibility. So when my turn came as a class monitor, I enjoyed thoroughly. It was a unique responsibility which accompanied the role. And there was a time where the teacher was absent. So as a monitor, I had to call upon another teacher as a substitute. And of course, I would call a games teacher rather than any subject teacher. But with this, I would show my efficiency that I could not only manage my class, but also think on my feet and get a teacher. This defined, and also I would delegate my work because I would ask my friends to do most of my work. This gave me the skill of delegation. And this knack of delegation stuck with me as I matured. Then comes the college. I thought, this is my chance to become the department president. If not president, vice president. Let's settle for vice president. And I was very confident that I would become one. I possess all the skills. But then again, I had to settle by class representative. I was sad. But then I thought, what is something which I do not possess as a leader? Or where am I lacking? So I thought to dwell deep into self-reflection and embark on a journey to understand my leadership skills. Through extensive research and YouTube videos and everything, I understood that I lean towards democratic, laissez-faire, and empathetic approach. Democratic as in, I do not like that if somebody comes and says me, Upasana do this, Upasana do that. No, I want my freedom. I want to express my thoughts freely without any tension. That's democratic. Laissez-faire, where my opinions are given more importance. If not more importance, at least they have been heard. And empathetic, I am by nature empathetic. So this helped me to navigate my life in the college time. I found myself with remarkable outcomes when I had a democratic approach or when my teachers had democratic approach with me. A pivotal experience happened in my first job in Amazon, and I was working as a customer service associate. I had this opportunity to work under democratic managerial style as well as autocratic. With autocratic, that is where the leader says something and you have to follow blindly, no matter what. You are not being heard. Your ideas are not being heard. There is no brainstorming. With this style, I would fall flat. My scores were low. My mental health went for a toss. But when I went under democratic managerial style, my performance soar. I would get quarterly rewards left, right, center. And it not only boosted my mental health, but it restrained the confidence into me. This inclination is still under me. Today, since I am an individual contributor in my office, so whenever I'm given a task, I break down into chunks and I give deadlines to each of my chunk so that I deliver it on time. The major deadline is there. The major work is completed by that. This method approach ensured that a structured and efficient workflows has been there. And when trusted with leadership roles, I transformed into empathetic leader. Even though I'm an individual contributor as a writer, but there are times where I have to work with developers and QA people and product managers. That's when I engage with my team members and I recognize their unique skills. Even though they are in senior post and everything, I managed to not only delegate my work efficiently, but also get information on time, get my work done on time. Since I also have the empathetic nature in me, I managed to understand them. I managed to understand their position. I understand that they are very busy and they have too much work and the deployment work goes on. But with my effective communication skills and collaboration with team, I have always ensured that my project gets delivered on time. And for this, this skill has been recognized by my higher management also. So in essence, my leadership journey has been one of a self-discovery. From the earlier days of being a class monitor to navigating the challenges of a professional life, I have embraced a leadership style characterized by autonomy, empathy, a knack for delegation. This evolution has reflected a deep understanding of my strengths and unwavering commitment to effective, inclusive, and purposeful leadership. Now that I have a good work experience, I understand that being democratic, being empathetic, and having a freedom is what is all about leadership. Even though in certain circumstances, you have to go on autocratic, but no matter what, the empathy should be there in whatever leadership style you choose. Thank you.
You are on mute, Devashish.
Thank you, Toastmaster Upasana, for this wonderful speech. It was indeed like you have scored a goal and you have given a good understanding about how you took an effort to find your own leadership skill over the period of time. So thank you very much for your speech. Now we'll move to the next speech for the day. And for that, I would like to invite our second striker for the day, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. Paduka Kannan has been a Toastmaster for more than 4 years. She is a pathbreaker and was the past president of TCS Maitri Bangalore Club, which achieved President Distinguished status and won multiple awards during her tenure. Her motto is to thrive and to do so with some passion, compassion, and humor and style. She's attempting level 4, project 1 of Visionary Communication Path, and the project name is Understanding Your Leadership Style. Project purpose for the member is to practice the skill needed to effectively communicate change to a group or organization. The purpose of this speech is for the member to practice speaking about change. Timer, please note, the length of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. I would like to call Toastmaster Divyani, who will be evaluating the designated speaker. Can you just confirm your presence?
Yes, Toastmaster Devashish, I'm here.
Thank you very much. So here, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan embracing future with generative AI. Embracing future with generative AI. Paduka Kannan, over to you. Best of luck.
Imagine entering your kitchen and your toaster hits you with a sarcastic joke. Do you know why the bread slice broke up with me today morning? It felt burnt out. Thanks to you. Rise and shine, Gabbies, and to all the enthusiasts of the things futuristic. Greetings from a not so distant future where even our mundane appliances have traded the seriousness to have a good laugh. In a world where your toaster is just not a master of crisping your bread, also whips up your hilarious joke, and maybe even a competitor to our own VP at Karthik to start your day. And today, we are to talk about this revolution, the one that is led by the heroine of our digital age, generative artificial intelligence. So, by the way, who are all interested here about generative AI, the tech behind the ChatGPT? Anyone? One, I could see two. No one else? Just two? Three? Okay. Four. Now Karthik would be even more interested. Okay, very few hands are there. So let me then, it's a good session to enlighten you all about it. So the concept of AI has been around centuries, right? However, this recent surge in AI is closely tied to the increased availability of a powerful compute, like high performance computing power, which exactly brings up all these new possibilities and applications in the various industries. So the difference between an AI and generative AI lies in the approach. So the AI follows a preset rules, whereas generative AI sort of generates a new content. It learns, adapts, and showcases a more dynamic and creative capabilities. Now, this kind of change, tad bit overwhelming, right? Especially when you're wondering if your toaster not only toast, but secretly moonlights as a scriptwriter for your Toastmasters meeting in real life, right? And how, if you're harboring concerns about losing this art of scriptwriting, right? And in this age of chatbot and AI assistants over here, fear not. While GPT may be master conversationalist, however, her human touch, creativity, flair remains unmatched. So no worries to the stand-up comedians of our club over here. As of generative AI, it's about missions taking over. It is about collaboration and making our future more entertaining, I must say. Right? So this is definitely not about replacing a human creativity. It's about augmenting it. So it serves more as a companion, aiding in expanding our creative horizons and offering a new avenues of expression over here. It is a tool that empowers artists and designers, innovators, and Toastmasters to explore the realms of previously untouched. It's our co-pilot, I must say. Having said all these things, okay, preparation is the key. We must all equip ourselves with the skills and mindset that needed to thrive in this world, where generative is like a powerful force right now. So the job landscapes are undergoing a metamorphosis. And so acquiring skills that remains relevant is just not wise, but it's a strategic imperative as well. So how many of you can see rickshaws right now on the road? It is of course seems a little bit horrific that maybe our jobs will get displaced, but it will give you a new opportunities, new possibilities to come up with the new jobs, new opportunities, and open up the new possibilities in the world. So this change is just inevitable, right? It is but it is an opportunity for a personal and a professional growth over here. And adaptability is the master key. And continuous learning will become an ally and the pitch perfect for this particular moment. So the future belongs to those who can seamlessly integrate their expertise with the capabilities of AI. The key is to acquire the skills that remain likely to be in demand in this changing landscape, isn't it? So keep that in your mind and even strive towards at least to know about AI more in the current future. The future is looking bright and maybe wittier too. And here's to a world where even our toasters know how to drop a good joke. So generative AI is definitely not to steal our thunder here. It is here to make our creativity roar. So thank you to ChatGPT that acted as my companion for today to formulate this speech. And may our algorithms always find the humor in life debugging mode. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan, for this lovely insight on this ChatGPT, how it is helping our day-to-day life as it help you in your speech formulation also. I also take a lot of help for ChatGPT for writing my scripts and maybe other things also for writing codes also. So yeah, it's a kind of thing which we cannot avoid these days. Now, since our first section is over, now we will be casting the poll. At the polls will be. I mean, before that, I would like to know from the timer that whether both the speakers are qualified.
Yes, Toastmaster of the day, all are qualified.
Thank you very much. And let's now, and can any one of you come and share any experience of your journey or your experience related to football? Anyone here? Let me, yeah, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy.
The moment I entered this meeting, I had no clue about football. Okay, I didn't even remember what color does football have. And looking at the background here and looking at the t-shirt I'm wearing, I realized that I'm looking like a football. And that's my learning in today's meeting. And that's the most recent experience with football for me.
Cool. Thank you. I mean, for me, the football basically started when I was in class 5. And I remember that the tournament between the inter-house had already over. And I was not so fan of football. But when the tournament's over and we had our games, so one certain day I started connecting with football. I mean, hitting football over the grounds, and everybody started noticing me. So that's how I think my journey of the football started, and I started continuing playing. And even though whenever I find some time, I do play football, and it's a kind of refreshing to my whole mind and body when I play this sports. Anybody else who wants to share the experience? Yes, Toastmaster Renu.
I'm not a Toastmaster, sorry. I'm just
Yes,
you could say a
go ahead.
participant.
Yeah.
So as for the football, my first, not the first rather, I would say the latest I remember about football is the FIFA that happened last year, the FIFA tournament that happened. And I relate more to football with Ronaldo. I personally, as a humanitarian, I really appreciate his take on like the way he behaves with his fans, the humanitarian touch that he gives them, and not as a say a superhero kind of a feeling. He doesn't carry himself like that. So that is the only thing I remember for football right now. So the FIFA matches and of course Ronaldo. Thank you.
You're on mute, Devishesh.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Renu, for sharing your experience. Now, we would like to move to Toastmaster Chitrakshi, who has raised her hand.
Okay, so for me, football started with Beckham. Okay, he was so hot as a kid. That's all I could see, and I always envisioned looking at a man like that and knowing that I have someone like that I'm dating. And then slowly it was Ronaldo and Messi, and that was it. That was football for me.
Okay,
Unfortunately, or fortunately in my life, I met someone who was a crazy Chelsea fan, and the first date happened to be at a sports bar. So, actually, the second date. The first date was really nice and sweet, and oh, I wanted to make you try some new Japanese something, something, something. And second date happened to be at a sports bar. So, sitting like this, and suddenly he goes, "What the hell are you doing? You keep up." And that's my second date with this guy. I'm just looking at him. And he says, "Hey, Chelsea's playing. That's my favorite team." Since then, whether you have to talk about Enzo or Lukaku back then, I know most of the players, and I go, he's not playing so well this time. I think he needs a new manager. Why don't they hire a soft skills trainer there? They need motivation. And that's how invested I have become in football now.
Great, great. I mean, by the way, I'm the big, what do you say, opponent of Chelsea. I'm a Liverpool fan. So I would like to play a short game before we go for a break. Let me share my screen.
Devashish, I think Paduka was waiting to share her experience, so you can call her. Since long time she was raising her hand.
Okay. Yes, Paduka, please share your experience.
Okay, okay, I think I forgot. Okay, right. I mean, of course, I know Ronaldo and Messi, maybe majorly because one thing I admire about all these athletes is their dedication and sincerity, right? It takes a lot of things. So, as more of a motivational person, I know these two people, but I saw only one game in my life, that is a recent FIFA where the Messi won the World Cup. I never knew a football match can be so much nail biting, and that match sort of changed a complete perception about what. I mean, I always wanted to see one, but I literally felt that okay, I missed seeing all these years. So that kind of feeling I got when I saw that match.
Great. Yeah, it was indeed a very good match. Till last moment, it was creating suspense who will win. Yeah. So let me just share my screen, and the game is about guessing a player. Now everybody knows Messi, Ronaldo. Let's see how well you can recognize their face. So let's start. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Guess this player.
Neymar.
No.
Mohamed Salah.
Yes. Mohamed Salah. Great. Now you seem. Let's move to the next and guess this player. This is a little tough one. I mean, I can give you a hint.
This is Luka. Luka.
Yes. I think you're Luka Modric. But is it Chitrakshi who is answering all the answer?
Aparna.
Aparna. Sorry. Let's move to the next one. Can you guess this?
Hardik Pandya.
Okay, the hint is he's a Real Madrid player and a Brazilian player. He is currently
Some junior guy. Some junior.
Yes, some junior guy.
Vincent something. Vincent.
Yes, you're correct. I think Aparna, you're quite updated with the football leagues and all that.
No, my husband is an ardent devotee of football. That's why.
Okay. Which club does he follow?
Man City.
Okay. I'm a big rival of Manchester City.
Oh.
Okay, let's guess this player.
Sunil Chhetri.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Let's move next. I think this is an easy one. No one?
He's looking like Vin Diesel.
Come on, it's a
Ronaldinho, what? Ronaldinho?
Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. Huh? Oh, okay. Uh,
And
slightly difficult to guess from the sketch.
okay, the last one. He is the ultimate swag player of
Zlatan.
Oh, the goalkeeper.
Zlatan.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Okay, cool. We end up. Cool. We can take a break now, and then we can resume 5 minutes break, and we will resume at 11 p.m. 11 a.m. Sorry. Yes, Sanjana, you have something to say?
No, I just wanted to say that every time you were showing the picture, I was holding my Google Lens and taking a picture, thinking that Google will answer, but it didn't show the answer of a single photo.
11 a.m. or 10:56?
Yes,
10:56
10:56.
it
Sorry,
should be.
10:56.
Feel
Can
free to
who
chit chat if you are around.
chit chat or can somebody play this song, Never Walk Alone?
Okay, I'll play.
This is a kind of song of anthem of the Liverpool club, which they sing every time when the club plays for the when the team plays for the club. I'll message you. You're finding it?
Start the meeting.
Hello.
Time up.
Karthik, we can't hear anything.
Okay, I stopped it. Waka waka. Okay.
No, can I?
Is that a football song?
Which one?
Yeah, Waka waka is a football
Waka
song.
Waka. So I
2010.
know something about football.
FIFA anthem, or every year every FIFA thing, they'll have one song released by one pop singer. So this was Shakira's for 2010 or 11? This
10, 2010.
Yeah, 10.
Great. Okay,
Okay.
we are good to go.
We're good to go. So now we will be moving to the second section of the Toastmaster meeting. And this is a different version of football. We can call it at futsal, which is more of fast-paced and more skillful, where people need to think fast in order to score goal. So I would like to invite our Toastmaster of the day. You can consider our Toastmaster of the day, Sanjay Garai, is basically an attacker whom the coach sends to set the tone of the game. So Toastmaster Sanjana is a student of IIT Varanasi, and she is currently pursuing her BTech, MTech in maths and computing. She loves riding her dad's meteor, playing badminton, reading books on business, trekking, and wakeboarding. She is keen to start her own brand that will bring a positive change in society. So over to you, Toastmaster Sanjana Garai.
Dear members of the Gabbies and esteemed guests, welcome to the table topic session. This will test your impromptu speaking skills and how well you can organize your thoughts while keeping the basic structure of a speech in mind, which is an introduction, body, and a conclusion. So before we jump onto the playground to start with today's match, let us do a quick warm-up, okay? So everyone with me, everyone follow me, okay? Everyone, can you turn your videos on? Okay, so let's begin this quick warm-up. The scoreboard shows 3-all, and the penalties are going on. It is the last penalty, and you are the goalkeeper. If you don't block this, the opponent is going to win. The striker focuses the weight of the entire match riding on this single shot. As they charge forward, determination etched on their face, you realize one strike, one goal, and the game slips away. The ball charges right above you, and you all raise your hands. Come on, everybody, can you raise your hands? Give me a quick reaction. Feel the game. Everyone, come on. To block the ball, raise your hands. The ball charges high above you. You raise your hands, and the ball hits the palm of your hand. Oh, relief. And you know what relief for me? That so many of you are raising hands for the first table topic. So who wants to take the first strike? Anybody willing to go for it before I choose?
Kumar.
What?
Kumar.
Yeah, Kumar,
Kumar.
are you here?
Kumar.
I'm sorry.
It's Toastmaster Kumar.
Okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't get that. Okay, so Toastmaster Kumar. Do you follow football? Hello, can you hear me?
Toastmaster, you are on mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So Toastmaster
Okay, I don't
Kumar,
follow football. No,
do you follow football?
no.
Oh, never mind. Okay. So your topic would be more general. Can you let us know about your favorite sport? Toastmaster Kumar, my favorite sport. My favorite sport, Toastmaster Kumar.
Well, I don't have any favorite sports, but during my childhood days, I used to play a bit of football, hockey, cricket, but that's all. After when I was 12, 13, I stopped them, and that was all about favorite sports. But if we talk of favorite sports, I still prefer cross countries and long distance running, which today I still do it about at least a minimum of about 12 kilometers per run. That is what I do for just for exercise and to keep myself fit. At the age of 80, can't do much more. So sports is definitely out of question. Is definitely out of question, and I don't know what to tell you about sports. Even badminton, I used to play around the racket, but that's all. All this was before I was 12. After that, there was no games whatsoever. Back to you. Back to you, Triple W Master.
Yeah, hats off to you, Toastmaster Kumar. And this is the good thing about sports, that it has no age bar. And you still do long running at this age. Really, it's commendable. And of course, it is also a sport. Yeah, you
I
said
joined the
something.
organization. I'm a member of the organization known as Hash House Harriers. Have you heard of it? Hash House Harriers?
I haven't heard of it, but okay, is it a long running organization? Hello?
Toastmaster Sanjana, you can move to the next
Okay,
step.
yeah, I'll move on to the next speaker. Okay, can we have our guest, Uma, Toastmaster Uma? Are you here?
Yes, I'm very much here.
Okay, so the next topic is for you. Have you ever watched any game live on TV, whether it's a football match or any game or in stadium?
Live. I've always seen it in
Pardon me?
television only. I've always seen it in television. Like
Okay, yeah, but you have watched a match, right?
long time back, not recently.
It's fine. So, can you tell us about any experience of watching a match live with your friends or family? So, Toastmaster Uma, watching a match live. Watching a match live, Toastmaster Uma.
It takes me back to 80s when the World Cup was played. And India won the World Cup. That is what is my memory.
Sorry to interrupt, we cannot hear you. Sorry to interrupt, we cannot hear you. Can you speak louder?
Yeah. Is my voice very low, or I'm just not audible?
Now
It's blurry.
Yeah, it's blurry. Can you speak now? And
Is this better?
yes, better.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you. So your topic takes me back to my school days around in 80s when the World Cup was played. World Cup cricket was played, and I think India won also. So that time we were not having the television. That was a time when we bought the television for the very first time. So, and the television came to our house only for this because my brothers were very keen. They were into cricket and they wanted to watch it live. And the kind of energy that was there during those matches, like morning till evening, we are sitting in front of the television. Half of the enthusiasm was about the sports, and half of the enthusiasm because we got the new TV in our house. So that was a very beautiful time and highly energetic time when even our neighbors joined us. And we used to sit in front of the television all the time watching the match. And my brothers were involved too much in explaining everything to me, how it is played and what is this shot called and what is the bowler is doing, how they are strategizing, everything. So that was a beautiful time and very good bonding time for the family as well. Thank you so much for this topic.
I agree. Even all the words in cricket go over my head, so I can completely relate. Okay, so can we have Priyanka for our next table topic? Toastmaster Priyanka?
Yes, Toastmaster Sanjana.
Okay, so your topic would be, if you were to become a professional player, which sport would you choose? Toastmaster Priyanka, a professional sports person. A professional sports person, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana. What an awesome topic. So I'm a zonal kabaddi player during my school days and a tournament kabaddi player as well during my college days. And of late, I've been started watching pro kabaddi matches and I'm really hooked on to it, the way the match goes on and all of a sudden the match turns over. So I'm trying to be a kabaddi player. Unfortunately, with the situation at home, people at home, the folks at home, my kids, my spouse, everyone started playing kabaddi with me the other way, not the usual way. So they keep me on toes most of the time and they keep me busy. They ensure that I play kabaddi with them, but not on the ground, but at home. So that's the trend at the home at the moment. But otherwise, kabaddi is the game that I love and I love to be, and I'm the person who used to catch the angle. So I used to be at the corner so that I catch hold of the person and all of them, all the others will couch onto the person. So that's how the game goes on. So, and the strategy of course matters. So if I were to continue the game, the sport that I love, it's the kabaddi and nothing other than kabaddi. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Awesome. That was amazing. You are very right. House itself is a big playground. Okay, so can we have Renu as our next speaker?
Yeah, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
So, sports, there are only two outcomes, a win or a loss. In your life, have you ever faced a major loss or an exceptional victory? So, Toastmaster Renu, an exceptional win or a major loss. An exceptional win or a major loss, Toastmaster Renu.
I need to give it a very serious thought. I'm not getting reminded of anything right now. Life is a continuous process of life is just like a game only. We continuously lose something and we continuously gain something or win over something. I would take it like that. Like I would say, I'm continuously losing my bad habits and continuously gaining some good habits or winning over my bad habits. So I'll take this topic this way. I will treat my habits as my game. So I'm continuously improving and I would just say, for example, like I'm not confident. I didn't feel confident speaking in public places in front of an audience. So I'm continuously losing on that habit and getting the courage and with your especially the Toastmaster and the right now the table topic master, the infectious energy I'm getting from you, I'm prompted to step up and take up the topic. So yes, so this is another win of say of the morning. So right now in the morning I won something, that is an energy from you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Sanjana, for the topic.
Yeah, thank you. And I think this is one of the biggest victory to win over your stage fear. So congratulations on that. Can we have Deepesh for our next table topic?
Yes, please.
Okay. Team harmony is very important in football. Could you give us an instance wherein you have worked in a team? Toastmaster Deepesh, working in a team. Working in a team, Toastmaster Deepesh.
Well, starting with football, I'm not a football fan, but the recent events are prompting me or persuading me towards inclination towards football. The reason being because we have lost the Cricket World Cup. So there's no reason being a cricket fan. So I have to want to convert it to football fan. But talking about team harmony, I think team harmony is something that there's a rapport in team. There is an understanding between team members. So one fine example I would give was when I was doing post graduation, we had a team which everybody was just friends. So we never had any sort of conflicts. We never had any sort of misunderstandings. Even if we had different opinions about a similar topic or a similar, let's say, issue, then we used to discuss about it. And trust me, we were the best group for giving presentations in the entire university. And I see it like, what did we really do unique? Like, how are we doing different? We are the same. We are not, we are like very average students, but yet we deliver extraordinary presentations, especially when the dean of the college is sitting in front of us and we are just at our best. So I just looked upon everybody's behavior. We never have conflicts. Even if the task is assigned to anybody, people don't question that. The team members especially don't question why is it me? Why am I doing all the work? Why nobody is doing this? And when this does not happen, like why I'm doing all the work, then I think the team enhances, the performance of the team enhances, and more important, the bonding between the team members enhance. I think in corporate setups it does not really happen because it's more of a different altogether scenario. So people are more like, I'm doing all the work and all those. In Hindi we call tu mame. So that's what happens. So I think that's why I prefer working in an environment where people are more friendly. People are friends. Even if they are not, then they will become eventually. Because that's what enhances understanding, and you can be frank about a lot of things. And even if you're not performing, you can actually persuade your team members to perform, and you can say everything, and the people won't take offense in that regards. So team, of course, it's important, and bonding and team cooperation is more important than any other team. Hope we win the next T20 World Cup. Over to you, Table Talk Master.
Thank you. That was a very wholesome table topic that you presented to us. And I agree, college life is different and we get a lot of chances to work in a team. So before I proceed, Toastmaster Devashish, can you just let me know how many more table topic speakers can I take?
You can take 2 more.
Cool. Okay. So can we have Deep? Deep, are you here? Deep Bhandari?
Yes, I'm here, Toastmaster Sanjana.
Okay, cool. So football or any sport unites players from all races, castes, and creeds. Do you believe that sports is a way of unifying people? Toastmaster Deep, sports brings unity among differences. Sports brings unity among differences, Toastmaster Deep.
Thank you so much. I feel totally, absolutely. It is almost something that you just told before, which is the table topic that you talked about, of working together in harmony. I could resonate to this very much, especially with the Indian, with the World Cup that we had for cricket this season, right? There was this match that India was playing against New Zealand. And in the New Zealand team, there was one of the team player who was from South. He was a Kannadiga. But he was born and raised in New Zealand. But he had that soft touch still towards his origin, which was from Karnataka. So when he came down, he made sure that all the sort of rituals to his roots, he followed it. And at the same time, he was also dedicated towards his place from where he got this opportunity to play. So I feel It does not matter about your caste, religion, or sex. What matters is the sort of respect, dedication, discipline, sacrifices, intensity, and hard work that you bring to the game is what exactly matters. So you can stay loyal to yourself and also towards the people and the country who support you. Over to you.
Thank you. You really explained the learnings in a great way. Do we have Vivek here? Okay, so can we have Rachin?
Rachin Ravindra is the name of the participant that Deepa was talking about.
The player.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I have very bad knowledge about football. Okay, Jaspreet, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so it'll be great if you can take the next topic. So in football, there are often high pressure situations where the captain has to take crucial decisions. Have you ever been in any situation where you have dealt with high pressure? So, Toastmaster Jaspreet, how I dealt with a high pressure situation. How I dealt with a high pressure situation, Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Sanjana. So I believe life is a mixture of ups and downs. There are tough situations, there are easy situations, and at times tough situation turns to toughest ones. So being a mother, being a teacher, work front, family front, many a time such things have happened. So I don't think there's any one situation that I can point out at, but I can say these things keep coming, and we just need to understand that don't get blinded by the pressure that it brings on you. Hold on, because again, it may sound cliche, but every problem is born with its own solution. As we say, the word impossible says, I am possible. So it's easier when we discuss it like this. It's very difficult when you are actually caught in a situation. Still, hold on, give yourself time. When you hold on, you don't let it blindfold you, any tough situation. So you are able to see the left end. At times we feel there's a dead end on the road and we start panicking. Arey, main to gaadi leke aa gayi. What to do? So rather than that, your map is showing you go there and it's not a dead end, it's a T cut. There's a left turn, there's a right turn. That is what I actually practice in my life, at the professional front, at the home front, that you look at the situation, give it a pause, because when with a panicked mind, we try to take a decision, we freak out. So you give a pause, you are actually able to see a lot about what can be done. So not one, maybe there are many solutions. So this is my mantra of dealing with a tough situation. And there could be many ways, but then this is how I do it. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're very right that there's always a way out from any problem. Toastmaster Devashish, can I take one more table topic? I think we have a fun and a complicated table topic.
We have reached the time limit. I think we have to move on.
Fine, never mind. Okay. So with this, our table topic session comes to an end, and I hope you've had a good match. So carrying forward the enthu of football, let's swiftly move ahead and back to your TMOD.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master Sanjana, and it was a wonderful topics that you have covered. And also we have covered most of the guests today here, so that's a good thing. Now I would like to again invite our General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster, for the evaluation section.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Devashish. Before I move on with General Evaluator's report, I would first like to call upon our evaluators who have been evaluating the projects. And for that, let's call upon the first evaluator. Our first evaluator is a chartered accountant by profession. Outside Toastmasters and accounting, he likes to play cricket, chess, and he loves traveling. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. Toastmaster Sanjay, please read out the project objective once before you start off with your evaluation.
Yeah.
The project objective is the purpose of the project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her primary leadership style or discuss the leadership style in general. Yeah. Good morning to all, particularly Upasana. Upasana, you have very well organized your speech and how you have developed your leadership style in a very, you very well spoke about your inclination to become a leader from the school days itself. Yeah, you very well spoke about how you became a monitor and how you delegated your task to other classmates. This is very important to grow both professionally and personally. You demonstrated that in your speech. After that, you attempted for president or vice president post in your college days, but you could not make out. But at least you have given an attempt. That shows your inclination to become a leader. You also very well spoke about the professional at Amazon, and you had to face two different leadership style, which your boss had. One is the democratic and other is authoritative. But you like the democratic style of leadership, and you very well expressed that in a democratic leadership you could grow yourself your professionally and how the work has impacted in the both the styles. This was very well you had spoken about it. You also said that any style of leadership may be, but we should have empathy. This conclusion was a very good take home for all of us, as empathy plays a very important role, whether we are authoritative or democratic or any other style. Empathy plays a very important role. So you had very well spoken about that. You are confident. You had a very good eye contact. What I would like you to do differently next time is you could have stood up and given the speech, which would have portrayed your body language very more effectively. Overall, I liked the speech and it meets the project guidelines, as you have very well identified your leadership style, that is democratic with empathy. I would like to hear more speeches from you. All the best. Thank you, Upasana. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. Before I make any comments on the evaluators, I would like to first hear from all the evaluators. With this, we'll move on to the second speaker and second evaluator pair. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. She'll be evaluated by Toastmaster Devyani. Toastmaster Devyani is currently pursuing a bachelor's in political science and economics. She loves to talk and dance. With this, I hand it over to Toastmaster Devyani. Toastmaster Devyani, do share the project objective once.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Paduka, was attempting her L4P1 in visionary communication. The purpose of this project was for the member to practice the skills needed to effectively communicate change to a group. The purpose of the speech was for the member to practice speaking about change. Now, Toastmaster Paduka, we all know that it takes balls to play football and effective communication to make change. Football players have always been goal-oriented, and I know that Toastmaster Paduka is also a very goal-oriented person, and she absolutely proved to be a true team captain today. Now, your speech, it was a perfect penalty kick. Straight to the point, right on target, just pitch perfect. You started with the right toast of the day and used hilarious puns, such as you use puns using bread, added devices of personalization when you said, oh, what if toast could talk? Now, it was a very informative speech. For someone who knows absolutely nothing about generative AI, you clearly made sure that every single person in this meeting understood what message you wanted to convey. And I think that is where you absolutely scored in terms of effective communication. And moreover, instead of opting for our traditional pros and cons list, I think it was rather nice that you took the middle route. You made us understand that generative AI is about augmenting creativity and that it serves more as a companion, offering us new horizons of expression. And just as a coach adjusts the game plan for success, here are some tips to assist you. So your purpose today was to create a compelling change. Okay, you told us about generative AI, but I hope the message was stronger. Why should we be as passionate about generative AI as you are? And I mean, I wish you talked about why you are personally invested in this and how can we achieve a smoother transition. I wanted you to convince us harder. Some ways I think you can convince us harder is that change management, I think, always begins with a plan. By identifying what outcome you wish to achieve, it is the first step, I think, in change management, to identify the reason for this change. Why do we need this, right? You did talk about it, but I wanted you to delve deeper. So with the outcome in your mind, you can set objectives, and having well-organized data will always provide supporting evidence for change. And I think these are some ways you could have added more impact. Now, one aspect was that, and other was I wished you talk more about the major obstacles for the success of generative AI. See, resistance is always a change, right? Always like a possibility in change. Again, you talked about job security, you talked about human creativity, but what more is there to this? Why isn't this gaining more traction? The process of transition is always different for everyone. You could have talked about the normal feelings of fear, excitement, apprehensions, and you predicted the reasons for this resistance. You gave us one solution, changing the mindset of people. But how else can you include steps for addressing this? You gave us one solution. I think we required more, and this would have made your change more effective. Well, reaching almost full time with my evaluation, I had an absolute blast listening to your views on generative AI, your humorous delivery, your use of layman terms to make everyone understand why this change is needed, but with a little more focus on creating a plan with more conviction, giving us more solutions on this obstacles of generative AI. I'm sure it would have made you the golden ball winner of today. Well, I can't wait to see you kick harder and score harder in your future projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Devyani. May I request the timer to be on camera so that we can see the cards here? I don't think our evaluator could see the timer cards. Toastmaster Raja Balaji. Yes, thank you so much.
Hello, am I audible?
I'll first.
I'm sorry.
Yes, you are
Actually, I'm
audible.
sorry for that. Actually, due to internet connection, I disconnected. Again, while connected, I forget to turn on my camera. That's why I couldn't turn on my. Didn't show.
No
I show the
worries, no
camera.
worries.
I show the card, but sorry for that. I'm extremely sorry for that.
No worries. For next time on, now we'll ensure that you're there in the meeting before we move on with the next evaluator. All right, I'll call upon the third evaluator in a little while. Let's first look at our first evaluator at speakers duos. Our first evaluator, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. In your evaluation, I felt that you have got into a summary trap. While we heard Toastmaster Upasana's speech, but during your evaluation, we were hearing what she did during her speech. But we wanted to hear the aspects of her speech which went well and which could have been improved. That's where I felt you were talking more on the summary of the entire speech rather than talking about the clinical evaluation that we were looking for. This is very common to happen. Now, how we can improve on the evaluation part here? Look at the aspects that you were telling us for the summary thing, however, and just tell us what went well there. For example, you said she started with her childhood. Now she started with her childhood, that's good. But what we want to hear from evaluator is how that is making a difference. Starting with childhood gave us a timeline that since her birth or since her childhood, she wanted to talk about she wanted to learn something about leadership. And that's where she connected with audience. So connected with audience is what makes speech better. And that's what, as an evaluator, you need to point out instead of talking more about the summary. Now, coming to the recommendation parts in the evaluation, I felt the recommendations could have been more appropriate. Instead of just talking about the camera, we can always divide our recommendations in two parts. One is the content and another is the delivery. How did she do on the content part and how did she do on the delivery part? That's where the recommendations were a bit towards the weak side, and we can always improve on the evaluation by segregating the evaluation into appropriate parts so that we have clarity as an evaluator to understand more on the speech. That's what I would request you to improve upon next time you take up evaluator role. Now, coming to Toastmaster Upasana. Upasana, you had a wonderful speech where you talked about your leadership style. So coming to the project objectives, did you meet the project objectives? Yes, you were very clear with your understanding of your leadership style. From the content side, you had a good story, a proper timeline. I felt that on the delivery side, you could have improved more. It felt more on the facts that you were just speaking to the screen. You were not speaking to an audience. You would have involved your audience in the entire speech by talking about certain aspects, how they would have felt. Or you could have taken a pause somewhere. For example, your message was empathy, right? No matter your style is autocratic or democratic, but the key message is that empathy is required. You can simply end by saying, no matter autocratic or democratic style, empathy is the key. Isn't that? Do you agree? These 2 words or 3 words would have involved the audience. It would have prompted us to listen to you more, that, okay, she's asking us as a speaker. Although the speech was about you, but take your audience along. That's with the delivery and a little bit tweak on the content side. That's my evaluation of your speech and my evaluation of the evaluator. Coming to our second evaluator and second speaker, talking about the evaluator first, Toastmaster Devyani, your evaluation was well segmented into multiple segments. The first was the commendations part. You talked about the commendations, how she had humor and other things. Then you went on to recommendations and you lost track of time. The timer was not there, but you didn't know where to put a stop on the recommendations. Your recommendations started almost at the green card, if I say it correctly. Post that, it went on for 2.5, 3 minutes. Even if it's a timing device failure, you need to have some sort of mental timing that, okay, I've spoken enough on the recommendations. Otherwise, it becomes really difficult for the speaker to digest, even if it's something important that you're telling. So that's where I felt you can probably practice this more on the mental side, timing yourself, so that you don't go over time, even if there's a timing device failure. This is a little advanced too. Most of us are so used to timing devices around. However, this is one recommendation for you. Apart from that, when you started talking about commentations, you had relevant examples, which is very important to tell, because when you tell in an evaluation that these are the specific points that you should go on, and this is what made more impact, that absolutely leaves a mark with the speaker and gives a clear understanding. Similarly with recommendations. And talking about the recommendations here, you talked more on the content side. That's a good understanding of the project, that you need to start with the project planning. However, here also in Toastmaster Paduka's speech, connect with the audience was missing. The major aspect of communicating change is to understand the entire audience. So this is a message to Toastmaster Paduka. When you are talking about a project like this, you started off with a question. You asked people how many of us want to hear about AI, and hardly 5 people raised hands. This is a level 4 project. And if only 5 people are raising hands and you said, okay, I'll enlighten you about AI, that comes more towards the arrogant side as a leader, as a speaker, when you are up on stage. And this is what you don't want to come across, especially when you are communicating change, because you need more empathy from the people so that they can understand where you're coming from as a leader to communicate that change. And this was entirely missing. You could have probably included entire audience by saying, how many of you have ever heard this statement that AI is going to take over our future or our jobs? This is more of a generic statement that most of us can relate to. How many of you feel threatened by AI? Let us Let me take you on a journey where we are not just talking about threats of AI, but also understanding how we can use AI as our slave. And that's where you are connecting back to audience and bringing them all together, making them listen to you as a speaker, as a leader. That's about my evaluation for both the speaker and evaluator pair. With this, please put your hands together for our evaluators and speakers here. Next, as I mentioned towards the beginning of the meeting, our T-Mod is also attempting a project. He will be evaluated by Toastmaster Chitrakshi. I have already introduced her, a double path breaker in 8 months of her Toastmasters journey, someone who started a journey as a speech crafter. Toastmaster Chitrakshi, please share the project objectives before you start off with the evaluation. Over to you.
The Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Devashish, was supposed to manage online meetings. Now, what was the purpose of his meeting and his project? It was for him to practice facilitating online meeting or leading a webinar. And today's meeting has been facilitated by Toastmaster Devashish as the T-Mod. Now, this includes both pre and post meeting, during meeting things that he had to do. And I must say, Toastmaster Devashish, if someone wants to know what Toastmasters can do for you, you're the person to go to, because I have seen you evolve as a Toastmaster, and today as the T-Mod, you have set precedents for everyone to know, well, Toastmaster has a lot to give to you. You just have to want to receive it. You did a brilliant job. Your confidence throughout, the way you engaged everyone. From my childhood, I think my welcome to football was through Bend It Like Beckham, which in India had become Football Shootball Hairabba. I mean, which means like, wow, what? And from there, I've seen you now taking another path where when asking the audience about football, it was more the women who came forward and said, hey, we know football, we have football experiences. And that's not something I had expected till yesterday when I was making the agenda. So it was amazing to see how you got everyone involved, including the table topic master who had to finally say, okay, excuse me, I gave the wrong name. I forgot. I'm not very good with that. So you actually created the perfect pitch for all of us. It was pitch perfect as the T-Mod. You did a great job there. Thank you so much for making this meeting great fun and very exciting. What I really liked about your pre-meeting preparation was also how you involved everyone. So I remember getting a message saying, hi, Chitrakshi, we need an evaluator. Can you do that? And you did that, which was great because you were personally involved in everything, including asking Chaitanya for the evaluation resources and so on. So good job done being a part, very alert and attentive part of the pre-meeting preparations as well. And your games that you included, everything was top notch. Two things that could make your T-Mod level even greater and involve more people. As far as pre-meeting preparations are concerned, we have the support of VPE and the SA and everyone who helps you get evaluation resources. They've been doing that. Okay, so that's something that they've been constantly working on. Why don't you add a little element of excitement by getting more people? So the things that you did during the meeting could be things that you could have started earlier. That, oh, hey, it's my turn. This 1 week, everyone, you're going to get quizzes. Like if you remember we had to guess the players, guess the words, different things that we had to do in between when Karthik and Pranav had just gone all, hey, let's try guessing that. If you had tried to bring some of that, we would have had more audience, more participants, more members of Gabby's joining in and other places. You know, the Speechcraft program is going on. So maybe, talking to DTM Nancy or Saurav or DTM Nagesh and asking them to get more Speechcrafters as well, which was something that DTM Nancy sent in the group last minute. But if it had been done beforehand, it could have added more audience to you. Having said that, your energy was great throughout. At the beginning, Karthik and Saurav had set your stage on fire. I think you should have had different SA and PO because they set the stage on fire with all that energy. And then when you came in, you sounded like, okay, I have to tell you this. There was a slight energy drop that I could see, which you worked on later. And then the way you got everyone involved was amazing. So maybe, when you're getting the stage from such speakers, such energetic people, try getting on with an energy. And if you think you are not able to do it, get the audience involved. So football so boring, isn't it, guys? Who plays football? What kind of people play football? In India, we talk about football? Not at all. So, just get someone randomly involved who will get that energy high so that you can slowly take everyone through the meeting and then get your energy as and when you're sure and comfortable with it. So great work done, very well prepped. A little adding more people in the group and sending messages so that more people could join in would have made it even better for you. And definitely energy at the beginning sets the precedence for it, but you made sure that you got everyone involved at the later stage and got so much energy in, which was brilliant. And I'm really happy to see a meeting like that after really long. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Devashish, and General Evaluator, DTM Nancy Goel.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chitrakshi, for your evaluation. My evaluation of your evaluation, Toastmaster Chitrakshi, you already gave our speaker, our project attempter, if I may put it that way, the moment of epiphany, where you started off by telling him all the good points, how he has evolved, and I couldn't agree more. You had a proper structure to your evaluation where you talked about commendations, starting with pre-meeting prep, then recommendations, touching much on the facilitation part as well during the meeting. And then you had a summary, more like a contest evaluation speech. One thing I would recommend you to sometimes cut down some over explanation. Wherever you know that you are already going overtime, that's one, you are going overtime. And second, if you can say same thing within one statement that, okay, pre-meeting prep was good, but include more of WhatsApp messages so that you can engage audience, that's enough. You don't need to tell how you can, tell how you can do that wherever it's necessary. If it's self-explanatory, you don't need to talk more and more and more about the same. That's my recommendation to you, and that will help you stay within time as well. Now, coming to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Chitrakshi has already covered most of the points, 1 or 2 pointers from my side. One is presence of mind that you can implement as a facilitator during the meeting. When I say presence of mind, I remember one instance during the meeting today where you forgot the oldest club. And that showed that, okay, you're looking for information here and there. During such scenarios, what you can always do is you can ask the people, do you remember the oldest club? In the meanwhile, I'm looking for the answer. You also look for the answer. Does anyone remember? By a raise of hands? Something like that, bring the audience together. And that way, it won't even appear that you are maybe you have forgotten or you are underprepared. That's like throwing the ball to the audience itself. Maybe the football ball here. Whatever. Now, second point is more on the introduction side, where you are introducing the speakers. It's always good to introduce the evaluator first, not the introduction, but just say that I'm introducing speaker number 1. She or he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Sanjay Jain or Toastmaster Devyani. Then introduce the speaker. So that flow will make more sense instead of you saying that, okay, this is the introduction of the speaker. She's so-and-so, he's so-and-so. And then this is a project. And then you say, are you available, Toastmaster Sanjay Jain? And then you bring in the speech title. Just change the flow, tweak the flow a little. First check whether the evaluator is present and then introduce the speaker and the title. The flow would be more appropriate and it would be more pleasing to the audience. That's my 2 cents on your teamwork part for the entire day. You handled it very well. You included the audience using various activities. And yes, there's a significant change in the speaker you were and the speaker you are coming across today. It's huge, huge change. And we are really happy to see that. With this, I wish you all the very best for your upcoming projects. I'll move on with my team, Taggle team now. May I request the timer, Toastmaster Raja Balaji, to share the timing report?
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Very good. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests again. For prepared speaker, Toastmaster Upasana used 7 minutes 24 seconds. Second speaker, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan used 5 minutes 48 seconds. Coming to table topics, first Toastmaster Kumar used 1 minute 18 seconds. Second, Toastmaster Uma used 1 minute 18 seconds. Guest Priyanka used 1 minute 15 seconds. Toastmaster Renu 1 minute 29 seconds. Toastmaster Deepesh 2 minutes 42 seconds. Toastmaster Deep Bandari used 1 minute 17 seconds. And last table topic speaker Jasper Kaur used 1 minute 48 seconds. Coming to evaluation, first evaluator Sanjay Jain used 2 minutes 10 seconds, and second evaluator Devayani used 4 minutes. Apologies for that, I'm not sharing the cards on that time due to network issue. I lost, and again while connecting, I forgot to turn on my camera. And third evaluator Chitrakshi used 4 minutes 24 seconds. That's it, my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Raja Balaji, for a pitch perfect timer report. I would request you to share the same timing report in the chat box as well for us to have a look at it. Going forth, I would also suggest you to, instead of giving us the numbers, if you can display the numbers to all of us on screen so that people who are interested in looking at their own numbers, they are looking at it, and you can briefly tell us whether people were within time or how we can improve better on time. As timer, you can take the liberty of giving us some sort of gyan wherever we could have cut down a few things here and there in terms of time. Moving on with our next rule taker in Taggle team, that's our counter, Toastmaster Shilpi Tiwari. Toastmaster Shilpi, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, General Evaluator. So I'm sharing my report. So I hope you can see this on my screen. Okay. So this is most of the speaker have used ah as a filler words and filler sounds. And I would like to applaud those speakers who have not used filler sound and filler words. So many congrats to them. Just want to add on why crutch words and filler words would not be recommended, because it would not create a great impact on speeches. So by mindful practicing, it would get correct. So that's all about from my end. I'll share this sheet on the chat box. Back to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpi, for your brief report, brief counters report. You can probably stop sharing screen. Yes, thank you so much. While sharing your counters report, as important as it is to be brief, which you were, it's also okay to share some of the important aspects of counters purview. How you can do that? For example, there are some ahs and ums that we do mindful, that enhances the speech. And if you're just noting down the ones which are not making sense, which is okay. However, it's also good if you can tell us that this is where was adding more of humor or was adding more of flavor to the speech. And that will make this report a holistic one. That's my suggestion to you going forth as an accountant. Moving on with the next role taker we have, that is grammarian, Toastmaster Puneet. Over to you.
Yes. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, this is my grammarian report. The word of the day is pitch perfect, and it is being used by 4 members: Nancy, Paduka, Devayani, and Chitrakshi. The good usage of words, there are a lot of good uses. I recorded few. I go one by one. The first, legendary doctor, culmination, the golden period, keenly observant, pivotal experience, performance soar, restraints, self-discovery, evolution reflected, the second striker for the day, burnout, the master a crisping bed, enlighten you, the ChatGPT mastered conversation, mission taking over, co-pilot, powerful, metamorphism, inevitable, steal a thunder, creativity roar, nail baiting. I see a lot of new words from second speaker, Toastmaster Paduka. Then comes to rhetorical devices. There are a lot of rhetorical devices. I recorded few. The first one, rhetorical question, where am I lacking? Then epithet. It is heroine of digital age. That is generative AI. Then proverb, preparation is the key. Adaptability is the master key. Come to the next rhetorical devices. Comparison, like you have scored in the goal. Yeah, these are the rhetorical devices. Come to recommendations. I have few. The first, the oldest club was called as. It can be said as the oldest club was. Then prepared speech and table topic and evaluation. It can be prepared speech, table topic, and evaluation. During my childhood years, it can be during my childhood. Then I observed these things. This is what I like in the speeches. From Paduka's speech, I like the shower of new words. Upasana speech, elegant and easy to understand from her speech. The Saurav, the content and theme was good, but sometimes in his speech, I observed the sentence were not finished. From Devashish and Devayani, I see using football game-related words in normal conversations. Yeah, this is my report. Thank you, Nancy, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Puneet. A couple of recommendations for you. One, when you are counting the word of the day usage, you can always put the count as well. It was just mentioned the names. It was just mentioning the names, but you can always put count in brackets saying this person used it for so many times and a total number of times it has been used. Second, it was good to use the presentation, but if you could have shared this presentation in presentation mode, it would have made more sense because we were not able to read the words that you were reading out for all of us. Those were either very small or you could have, if not the presentation mode, probably it's not working out for you, technical challenge, then you can put down the content in 2 different slides so that we can read. So readability was very low. Third, the recommendations part where you mentioned a couple of recommendations. You also mentioned some good things like shower of words, new words from Paduka. This was not a recommendation. This was more of a commendation part. So that was a bit confusing to have both the things in single slide under the banner of recommendations. These are my few recommendations for you as grammarian. Other than that, you have done a very good job in noting down all the good and not so good usages of grammar and other things today. One more side note, you can probably notice the pronunciation part in case someone is not using right pronunciation. Next time you're on in grammarian report, we can also include that to make it more holistic. Coming to our next role taker in title team, Toastmaster DTM Saurav, as listener, over to you.
Okay, I have 5 questions for people to answer. So these are all close-ended questions. So the first question is, during my PO address, I mentioned about Maradona showing the red card against a team. Which team was he playing against in the World Cup finals?
France.
No.
Brazil.
Italy.
Germany. So that was the Argentina versus Germany finals where Maradona was shown the red card. Okay, next question. In Upasana's speech, she said, no matter what is your style, democratic or autocratic, there is one skill that makes a difference. What is that skill?
Empathy.
Empathy. Great. Okay. Next question. Who wrote Paduka's speech?
Yeah, generative.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Great.
Plus me, companion.
Okay. That is human intelligence feeling insecure by artificial intelligence. Okay, next is Which football club is Aparna's husband a fan of?
Manchester City.
Her husband is fan of Man City.
Man City. Okay. Next question is which footballer is Chitrakshi a fan of?
Beckham.
David Beckham.
Messi.
Decide कर लो, David Beckham या Messi?
David.
First love is Beckham, followed by Ronaldo and Messi.
Good. There's a long list of crushes that he has. Next is the last question. So for Nancy, Messi is
long hair.
Looks and hair.
Good. So for Nancy, Messi is her hair and her looks. Okay. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta. That was quite an enriching session where you try to engage the audience and everyone was just as clueless. The questions were very appropriate, where it was just one word answer. One recommendation to you is, since you are presenting a report, please summarize everything in one-liner or two-liners, saying that probably today not everyone was actively listening and we can do a better job next time. It's not just only about the questions, but also what do you assess out of these questions that's expected out of a listener. That's about my Tiger team. I'll quickly share my report on rest of the rule takers that I'm missing, starting with Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms mentioned the 3 ground rules and a couple of other rules that are very specific to the Gabby's Toastmasters Club. That was a job well done. What was more important and more energetic was the ABCDEF, how he introduced the theme in his own style. So that was setting the meeting energy in a very appropriate manner. That was not just all. The way presiding officer took this energy even further was just amazing. Starting with good morning, talking about his football days. This is where we got to know about our upcoming president as well as our presiding officer of the day today, that there is other side of him regarding football. So that's where connect with the audience was appropriately done. That was extremely beautiful. Followed by him introducing the guests and the Toastmasters history, where he related Toastmasters history to football. That was a job well done further. Then he introduced the T-Mod. One quick point for our presiding officer, since this was a project, he forgot to introduce the evaluator for the T-Mod and the project objectives, which is okay because immediately he texted the G saying, I need to cover this in the meeting. So that is where his presence of mind also comes into picture. A job well done, but something we can probably avoid next time. T-Mod has already been covered in the G's report as well as by the evaluator's report. Moving on with the Table Topic Master. Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Sanjana, her energy was amazing. The way she started off by putting everyone's hand up in the air and then very smartly switching and asking everyone that now you have raised your hands, who wants to go first? That was quite a smart move and I absolutely liked it. Probably I will use this in one of my upcoming sessions. Moving on to the topics that she had, the topics were interesting and relevant to the theme. One recommendation for you, Toastmaster Sanjana, here, you don't need to explain the topics beforehand. The topics were simple and self-explanatory. The moment you were taking time to explain those topics, you were restricting the thoughts of the speakers. Even if you are asking about team harmony, just simply say, what has been your experience with team harmony? Let the person, the table topic speaker, decide which dimensions that person wants to take. You don't really need to restrict that person to sports or something that you as a table topic master would want to hear. That's something we should avoid as table topic masters. Rather, let the thoughts be free. So keep your topics simple and short. Don't over-explain your topics and restrict the speakers. That's my recommendation for you. With this, I think I've covered almost all the rule takers. Apart from that, the meeting was very well prepared. The agenda was shared well in time and meeting rule takers were already in the meeting. We had the meeting energy straight. That's about general evaluations report. We are a little out of time while closing the meeting, and this is what we can always work on next time onwards. With this, I hand it over to Toastmaster of the day, Devashish. Toastmaster Devashish.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goyal. You can cast your vote in the link shared in the chat. So meanwhile, I would like to share one small anecdote about the player called, I showed the photo also, that was Zlatan Ibrahimovic. When he moved to a new club called LA, so he gave a big advertisement in the newspaper saying that, LA, you're welcome. So to welcome one of the famous sports person, LeBron James, who is a basketball player, and he's a very famous very renowned sports person in the US. So what he does, he signs back the t-shirt sent by LeBron James saying that you're welcome. The kind of Zlatan Ibrahimovic carries the kind of confidence every time when you will see the kind of confidence he carries, and it shows. I think everyone, we should carry that kind of confidence, what I feel. And to conclude this meeting, I think everyone should keep scoring their personal goals and professional goals and move forward. Yeah, with this, I would like to hand over the meeting to the presiding officer.
Thank you so much. And I will not take much time because we are already over time. So first of all, thank you everyone for joining this meeting and for gifting us another successful learning experience. Thank you. I would request one of the officers to send me the results on a WhatsApp message so that I can read out the results whenever we are ready with that. And thank you, Jaspreet, Renu, speech crafters, for joining us today. Jaspreet, Renu, any quick... Okay, one question I have for you, Renu and Jaspreet. So what's the difference that you're noticing between the Toastmaster meeting and the speech crafter meeting? One difference. One from Renu, one from Jaspreet.
So can I go first?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so over there, we are speech crafters, we are learning. So yesterday I was TMOD, and the moment I saw Nancy's message, I jumped into this meeting, and the moment I came, I was told to speak. So I could have backed out, but I wanted to take it up. But this seemed to be maybe many steps ahead of where we are right now. So there we are, I think, in the learning stages, trying to do things. Here, things are more well organized and more structured. And for over there, we are first timers actually. So here things seems to be more structured and the level is much, much higher.
Okay, thank you so much. Renu, what's your thought?
Yeah, I totally agree with what Jaspreet just said. So here we are, the level is much higher. And there also we are learning. And here also I'm totally taking my notes down. We had just begun with the role-taking part there in the speech crafter. So what we have to actually do, how we have to attempt those roles, I'm actually learning here more. So there as speech improvements, we have met many, but for role takers, we have little exposure there. So yeah.
Thank you so much. More that you attend these meetings, they will realize that there is a more variety in the meetings, the kind of speeches. So one of the big differences is that in a speech craft meeting, you'll see the same kind of speeches everyone is giving, right? Here we've got different projects. So someone did a project on how to manage online meetings. Someone did a project on something else. So that's one big difference between a speech craft meeting and a Toastmaster meeting. And the other is that you'll see more experimentation happening here. A speech craft program is more aimed at building, strengthening your existing strengths so that you can play to your maximum potential. Here, we are expanding our strengths. So something that we are not comfortable doing, we are trying to do here because we have already, kind of covered the base in terms of our existing strengths. So very simply put, as per my understanding, obviously, we have more people who are better experts in speechcraft than I am, like Nancy. But this is what I have experienced as someone who has been a part of both the programs. Thank you for joining us. And I think the results are ready. I saw a WhatsApp message coming in from our VP Education of the Gabby's Online Toastmasters Club. So Okay, so the best role taker for today, we'll start with the role taker. The best role taker for today is distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goyal as the general evaluator. Congratulations, DTM Nancy, for being the best role taker. The best speaker for today is Toastmaster Upasana Ghosh. Congratulations, Toastmaster Upasana, for being the best speaker for today. The best evaluator for today, and we did not disqualify Devyani for the simple reason that we could not show her the time on time. So, and that's a hint that who's the best evaluator for today, and it is Toastmaster Devyani, soon to be distinguished maybe. This was Devyani, sorry for the slip up there. And the best table topic speaker today is Toastmaster Deepa Bhandari. So Deepa writes her name as Deep, but actually her name is Deepa. So don't confuse that, right, Deepa? So it's Toastmaster Deepa Bhandari. Deepa, you there? Okay, congratulations, Deepa, in your absentia. And the best Taggle team is yours truly. Thank you so much. And with this, I adjourn this meeting and see you next on the Tuesday meeting. The Tuesday meeting is very special for the Gabby's Online Toastmaster Club because we are completing our 6 months, and this is the 25th meeting. So no special celebrations as such, but definitely we'll try to give you a special meeting yet again. Thank you so much and have a lovely Saturday and have a lovely rest of the weekend. Bye-bye. See you all.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.